The Marvel Cinematic Universe is perhaps the most successful franchise of all time. Featuring numerous worlds and superhuman characters, the world of MCU stretches far and wide into the cosmos. Featuring parallel universes, time warp, celestial fights, to name a few, the MCU is anything but boring. And with a universe so big, the MCU also features a whole lot of monsters too. Although there are still a lot more monsters from the comics who are yet to make it into the silver screen, but we've been introduced to quite a lot of them already. Which is why today we decided to bring you 10 such monsters in the MCU. The largest ones, of course, who've made it to the movies. So welcome back to Factholic, folks. I'm your host, Scott Leffler, and let's just start the countdown of our list of the top 10 largest monsters in the MCU. Number 10, Frost Beasts, Thor and Thor Dark World, 15 to 20 feet. So right off the bat, taking the 10th spot in our list are the giant beasts of Jotunheim that were first seen rampaging around and fighting our Asgardian heroes in the first Thor film. Now, if you ask me, this beast actually reminds me of a bulldog, especially in the way it moves. So if I were to describe it, I'd say that the Frost Beast is a giant monster resembling a mutated bulldog, or rather a giant reptilian frosted bulldog who has a pretty lethal tail. Too bad Thor had to kill it though. Number 9, Fenris Wolf, Thor Ragnarok, 23 feet. Give it up for the mighty Fenris. Hela's loyal companion is just straight up spectacular. Right from his massive body to his fangs and claws, Fenris is an abomination of sorts, and is easily even one of the most terrifying wolves in fiction. But then, to be honest, he's more of a monster than a wolf. Now, there's no doubt that his film incarnation is pretty badass, but we have to admit that the comics version is just so much more amazing. I mean, in the comics, even the Asgardian gods feared Fenris, to the point that they forbade him from roaming the lands of Asgard freely. So, yeah, the MCU should consider taking the comic interpretations more seriously. Number 8, Mustalagon, Thor Ragnarok, 50 to 80 feet. So you might be wondering, where exactly did you see this massive monster in Ragnarok? Well, the answer is that it's in Hulk's bedroom. I mean, the Mustalagon's skull was basically the bed of our green giant friend. So you can bet that this was one giant monstrosity, and it was known to live in Sakaar, although Hulk defeated and killed it. Now, we clearly don't know about how this monster looked like, but if we go by its skull designs, it probably looked like a giant weasel. Number 7, Fire Dragon, Thor Ragnarok, 100 feet. Remember the giant dragon from Muspelheim that was chained in the Dominion of Surtur? Yeah, the one Thor fought at the start of the Ragnarok film? That's exactly the dragon we're talking about. He was actually a pet of the badass-looking Surtur, and the dragon itself looked pretty badass too. But sadly, the Bifrost Bridge sliced the dragon's neck, and his head came off, causing the dragon's blood to be spilled over Scourge and company. Honestly, I would have loved it if Thor could pet the fearsome monster. Number 6, Obelisk, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, 120 to 150 feet. If there was an alien version of the Kraken, the Obelisk would be it. I mean, this beast looks slimy and even has tentacles just like a cephalopod. Although it's actually called the giant sea monkey for reasons unknown. Now, according to Marvel, the Obelisk was actually a multi-dimensional tentacled monster who was devouring the power sources of the Sovereign Planet. Fun fact, it's an original character of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that hasn't made an appearance in the comics. Number 5, Leviathans. From the Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. 214 feet. Thanos sure knew which beasts to pet. I mean, the Leviathans basically look like warships flying in the sky and serve the dual purpose of engaging in combat and even transporting troops. These massive beasts were simply ginormous, weighing up to 3 million tons. Now that's straight up kaiju territory. Number 4. Surtur Thor, Ragnarok, 5,000 feet with eternal flame. Surtur, the fire demon and lord of Muspelheim, he's a destroyer of worlds, only one world, the world of Asgardians, and gods to be precise. So yeah, he's the real deal, my dudes. Especially when he's united with the eternal flame. We really see how powerful this monstrosity is. After all, even the god of death couldn't stop this monster, nor escape the prophecy of Asgard's ultimate doom. But then, even Surtur doesn't make the cut to enter the top 3. Number 3. Ego, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 3,500 kilometers. Ego, the living planet, is basically a celestial and a planet. He's a primordial and powerful being, and the biological father of the Star-Lord Peter Quill. Wait a minute, a planet has a sun? Well, as crazy as it sounds, it's possible for Ego because he's not just a planet, he's a primordial and celestial being with a god complex. And like most characters with god complex, his end isn't so pretty. It's his son who finally kills him after all. But then, point is, Ego is simply massive. Number 2. Dormammu, Doctor Strange, cosmic giant, infinite size. A maniacal, malevolent, cosmic being with a diabolical desire to conquer and rule. Dormammu uses his extra-dimensional abilities to invade and attack realms and worlds across all planes of existence. With malicious minions always at his disposal, Dormammu remains a constant enemy of Earth and those, good or evil, who would defend it against galactic terrors. He lords over the dark dimension, forever plotting new ways to overtake our world, subjugate humanity, and augment his power. Number 1. Galactus, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, cosmic giant, infinite size. Behold the mighty Galactus, a godlike being from the beginning of creation. Now, I know that the previous Fantastic Four movies aren't actually in the MCU, but Galactus is just so awesome that we felt we had to add him. Plus, Fantastic Four is joining the MCU soon, so it's all good. Galactus has always loomed over the rest of the Marvel Universe. Known for his appetite of consuming worlds, he is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful Marvel characters. Having served as one of the Fantastic Four's greatest enemies, at times, he's also appeared as an unlikely ally, although only in the comics. Also being the sole survivor of the universe existing before the Big Bang, Galactus is ancient and perhaps one of the most feared beings in the entire cosmos. Although, what's even more scary is the fact that he can manipulate his size to his liking. So basically, he can be as big as he wants to be. And that's the reason why he even tops our list. So that was all for today's video, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. If you liked the video, well, then don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do check out our previous videos too. This is Factaholic, and we'll see you around next time with another amazing new video. Peace!